Hey guys, welcome back to Daily Insomnia. This is episode 149, coming to you on a
glorious Wednesday morning or
afternoon. Still my line, man. I was working on it all day, and you took it from me right now.
Yeah, dude.
We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, we do. We got Oscar the Grouch, Oscar de la Hoya, the great Oscar from Chicago, man. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? What's up, man?
We're glad you're with us, man, today.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the invitation. Yeah. Glad to be here. Yeah.
The local Chicago comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 years in the game.
6 years. 6 years. 6 years. I started doing comedy. Yeah. 2014.
Okay.
April 22nd. I still remember the date, bro. Yeah.
It's 2014.
Remember the
Yeah. April 22nd, 2014 is
Well, let's start there.
2014 is a good year, man.
yeah.
It's a good year.
It was a good year.
Hey,
Oh, I'm sorry.
well, don't want to talk about 2014, man.
Got flashbacks right now.
Drake dropped on the album, I think. I don't know.
Pre-COVID.
Good year, bro.
Pre-COVID.
Yeah. Argentina lost the World Cup. Yeah, man. It was a good year.
Right?
It was a good
you're
year,
right.
man.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But guess what, though? Hey, Mexico beat Germany, though?
Yeah. That wasn't 2014 though.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Dude, I killed that. Wow. You're right.
We beat
Sorry.
Croatia 2014 though.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, but look
And
what
we
that
tied
ended
it
in
up, yeah.
2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
You ruined it right there.
Yeah, I did. I was
You
like,
ruined it
oh,
right there. So yeah, man, thank you for coming on, dude. Yeah, I DM'd you,
Uh-huh.
and
Slide your DM.
Slide
It's
your
a bit of
DMs.
idea.
What's up, beautiful?
Yeah, like,
First time I slide in DMs of a man.
like Insomnia. I never met a girl with this name before. Yeah, like oh shit.
Damn. Sound like a stripper name, bro. Now that I think about it. Damn, dude.
She can't sleep,
Come
huh?
with the fire already, man. Shit.
And not only that, I hit him like I opened like at 2 a.m. So he was like,
Hey, you up?
Nah, yeah, and I actually don't check my Instagram that much.
Okay.
yeah,
So I didn't see the message till like 2-3 days later. Like, oh shit. Like,
Yeah,
that message be like Sunday and shit.
yeah. No, that's what we thought, man. Because I was telling him, and he's like, yeah, most people don't. Like, it goes to like a different outbox, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It goes in different impacts.
Yeah.
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 Because you got to be friends in order for him.
In a way, yeah.
Right.
You have to accept their message, and then from there, it moves to the normal inbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works out. So.
It's 2014. 24. What was the start? Start off from the more in the beginning. So you're Mexican, just like
Yeah,
these
just-
two, but you're official.
No, but I was actually born in Mexico. I was actually
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
born in
You're
Mexico.
official,
I got
Official, bro.
Oh!
He got it. Got the symbol, bro.
The smallpox, man.
Yeah, I don't know, some type of pox.
You know what, bro? Corona can even kill you, bro.
It's for the COVID-18, bro. It was good for the one before. It's not good for this COVID,
Man,
though.
so wait, how old are you, man?
Me, I'm 31, bro.
31. Okay. So yeah, you
We're
hit
not
the
that far
mark.
away, dude.
Yeah.
31. Damn. But I've heard they're not giving that anymore
No, yeah, I heard it stopped too. I heard it
Yeah.
stopped.
Why? Why stop?
because they got better technology.
Yeah.
That's what makes you Mexican, bro.
Yeah,
They're like, we don't need
no,
to go to the
yeah.
market anymore.
They, I think there's been a few years now they've stopped.
So after the 90s baby is over. It's like
No, but yeah,
2000.
I think the
Good.
90s people still have it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 2000s have it, but I know I got a lot of friends in Mexico from the 90s that they all still have it.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, dude, that what would you call it? A scab? No, what is it called?
No, it's just scar. Just
A scar.
A scar.
Yeah,
That's a scar. Yeah.
A scar. That was like high power right there. You know, I grew up in I grew up in
Power.
No, I'm telling you, dude. I grew up in Seaville.
Yeah.
I grew up in Seaville, all Mexican.
Carpentersville.
All Mexican, right? And that's how people knew if you were real, or if you were legit, or you weren't. They'd be like, hey, before we start talking, before we start spinning that Spanish at me,
Yeah.
lift up
Let me
lift
see
up
your
that
arm.
sleeve. Lift up that sleeve.
What you claim?
Yeah.
What you claim? Oh, okay. We got a
And
real
then-
one.
And then when you saw it, and they would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he's real. Yeah,
real,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
real.
yeah.
Can't fuck
As,
with
as
it.
opposed to fake, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that was fake.
yeah, we fake Mexicans is real, man. No. No,
He's
yeah.
like, oh man, he's from the chosen land.
No, but it's a thing though. I moved to Chicago when I was 3.
Really? Okay.
So when I go back to Mexico, I didn't have papers till I was 22. So from 3 to 22, I was illegal, we would call it. But when I go back to Mexico, they don't treat me like I'm one of them. They treat me like I'm one of the people here. You know, yeah. They're like, yeah.
Well, those are the proudest dudes in the world.
Yeah,
man.
no, for people here, I was born like, oh, you're Mexican because you're born there, but people over there, you know, you're American, the American
here,
one.
Here you're a god. Over there, you're just
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
random-
regular ass dude, bro.
Like
we see enough of you guys over here.
Gringo, yeah. Un gringo, whatever, gabacho, whatever.
Yeah.
Viene del norte. Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. That's the thing. Mexicans, there's a hierarchy.
Yeah,
Like no
there
other.
is,
Like
there
no
is.
other, dude.
Unnamed hierarchy. We don't talk about it, but it's there.
It's there.
It's
We all
there.
know it. We all know it,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, the garbage is the ones that don't speak Spanish.
They are garbage.
Yeah.
But it's not their fault, man. It's their parents' fault.
It's their
dude.
parents' fault.
It's their parents' fault for
It's
not
their
teaching
fault.
them,
It's
bro.
their
They're
parents' fault.
lazy,
That's
bro.
true.
I got 5 nieces and 1 nephew, and not all of them don't speak
Oh, damn.
Spanish.
shit.
But it's my sister's fault because they never
Yeah,
taught them.
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
my sisters never taught them. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah.
But see, that's the worst thing about it, man. Because now, you know this whole dual language they do in schools. There's more white kids speaking Spanish.
Yeah, there are, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
yeah.
my girl, she's a teacher and she teaches dual language, and in those programs, dude, the white people they fill
Speak
it up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the Mexicans can't get in
Yeah.
because there's a whole bunch of white kids in.
Priority,
in certain
priority.
areas, in certain areas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like so it's one of those things where it's like, if this country is gonna become like a dual language, like it's gonna be like a bilingual country, it's because of white people. It's not even us anymore.
Hey, it's a beautiful thing, dude. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's a beautiful.
It's a beautiful
thing.
thing until the white guy tells you how to speak Spanish.
They would throw hands. They would, you know,
It is, man. Spanish is a beautiful language,
Oh,
yeah.
it is,
Especially
of
the way
course.
Mexicans speak it, I think is really,
hey,
it's really nice.
number
But-
ones,
But,
number ones.
but it is parents get lazy, bro. They'll be like, hey, mijo,
That's
tráeme
true.
zapato,
That's
okay? Zapato, okay? Bring me the fucking shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, then they get lazy. Like, they don't want to teach their kids. They just like, man, like, you know. So it's
I
just-
get it. I mean, I got a daughter.
People get
I mean,
He's like,
I
I'm
got
one of
a
those.
daughter.
I'm one of those guys.
No, I'm not one of those guys. Because I talk to my daughter in Spanish. I say in English. They say back in Spanish. So she learns like this,
Yeah.
zapato, shoe, agua, water. You know what I'm saying? Pizza, well, pizza. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, pizza,
Pizza.
pizza.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's the way you pronounce it.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
No,
So, no, I
yeah,
get it, I
it's
get it.
it's funny, man. But that hierarchy is so real, dude. And you know, it's embedded in me. You know, like you said, like it's not their fault.
No, it's not the kid's
Right.
fault. It's the parents'
It's not
fault.
the
Yeah,
parents' fault.
It's the
right?
parents' fault. Yeah.
It's the parents' fault, dude.
Yeah,
But
blame.
it's like even then, you can't stop yourself from being like, you son of a bitch.
You
You know?
yeah.
And especially when they look straight up Mexican.
Oh, straight.
You know, they got
Straight
that
Indio,
nopal.
bro. Like
No, yeah,
they're apocalypto, bro.
It happens, bro. My
That a roll apocalypto, bro, and still.
my roommate, the one person, my roommate, he just came from Mexico like 3 years ago,
Yeah.
so he's barely learning English.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's this Subway by the crib, and there's this paisa ass looking dude who doesn't speak any Spanish. So my roommate, he goes up to me, he orders like trying to like order like a sandwich, but he's like, hey man, that's este pan italiano, lo que sea, no?
Yeah.
The dude's like, no, and it looks really so bad. I'm like, look, like, dude, you know they're gonna deport your ass too, bro. Like, you know what I mean? like just by your look, by the way you look, bro. Yeah,
But
You gotta know
you gotta learn some Spanish, bro, when you get deported, bro. You know, yeah. No, it is. It does feel very.
It's
It's very bad when they don't know any Spanish. Like I understand that they don't use it frequently.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
understand they lose the practice.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the fact that they don't know any, it is very. It's
It's-
weird. It
weird.
does feel weird.
it throws you off, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it does. It does throw
Like,
you
dude,
off.
I work in a hospital setting, and I get patients that are that I look at them and I'm like, I gotta think about it. I used to straight up go up to them and be like, "Hola, te pido ya, me llamo Ramon," blah blah blah, and then they would look at me and be like, and I would feel like an asshole. I would feel like an asshole because I'm like, oh, I thought I'm being a nice guy, but speaking our language,
Yeah.
speaking our native tongue, and they're like, nah, so not here, not here. And then sometimes, like, I look at them and they look at me and like they're thinking the same thing. They're like, "You speak Spanish? You can speak English, bro." I see Ramon. I see Ramon on the board. So where are you at? Where are you at with this this whole Spanish
No,
English?
yeah, it's crazy, though. But like, for example, like there was a lot of videos coming out. What was it like? Maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, of like Trump supporters getting mad because people were speaking Spanish, like
Oh,
at their job.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I go to a Mexican restaurant and they're not speaking Spanish,
I don't want
I don't want that food.
dude,
Like, I'm backwards.
I go to a Chinese restaurant. They're not speaking Spanish. I don't want it either.
yeah, the-
yeah.
I don't want
You'd
it.
be like, "Ni hao."
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, something like, I'm glad you brought that up, man. It's something that pisses me off. When I go to a Mexican restaurant and I start ordering the food in Spanish, and the waiter only wants to speak back to me in English, and it's broken as English.
yeah.
What are we doing here, bro?
Hey, he's
Yeah.
practicing, bro. He's practicing.
No,
yeah.
Not with me.
I-
Not with me.
I do feel uncomfortable speaking to Mexican people in English sometimes.
I do.
Like, especially when you know like their English is a lot more limited than my Spanish. I'm like,
Yeah.
my Spanish is better than your English, so let's speak Spanish.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. It's
Like, but I feel like they put something in the mindset like, all right, I'm here in the United States of America. I gotta try.
Yeah, but not with me. Not with this face.
I gotta attempt.
You know what I mean? Try like a whiter face. You know what I mean? Maybe some blue eyes, blonde hair. Go ahead. Go
But
crazy.
it's just get that mindset. You know what I'm saying? It's they're practicing. They're practicing.
Don't, I'm saying just
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I don't feel comfortable speaking to Mexicans.
I don't feel comfortable either, man.
In English, like especially when I know that their English is not as good as you know.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's speak Spanish. Like my Spanish is pretty good. I mean, I've been
Yeah.
speaking Spanish all my life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Talk to me.
A girl speaking Spanish.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, so I moved here when I was 3. I moved to Chicago. When I grew up in the north side of Chicago, in a neighborhood.
Good side.
Yeah.
Better than South.
Better in the south. Better in the south. Out west, it's like it's a neighborhood. It's called Belmont Cajun.
Okay. Belmont Cajun.
That's what it's called.
Never heard in my life. Dude.
Yeah, because it's so when you think of like Hispanic neighborhoods, you think of South. So you think like Little Village, Pilsen, and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood where I grew up at is actually like 80% like Latinos.
Oh,
So
really?
it's a Latino neighborhood. The only thing that is a new Latino neighborhood because like for example when I got there, it was like for example when I went to like 1st and 2nd grade and shit like that, like half the kids were white.
Yeah.
By the time I got to 8th grade, there was no white kids no more. Yeah, it was all Latinos. Yeah, we all.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like I think one black dude, one Filipino, and then the rest of us were all.
Yeah, and you were like, what happened to Jeff?
Yeah, they all moved out. Yeah,
Little Jeff went to the suburbs.
as soon as the Latinos started moving, they all moved out. Yeah, and then I started actually watching comedy when I was like in 7th or 8th grade.
Okay.
Sometime around
Were
there.
you watching like
Cousins, yeah?
obviously you grew up watching Cantinflas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And-
My
yeah,
dad watched a lot of Cantinflas. My
Yeah,
dad,
OG.
yeah. Well, stand up. My sister, older sister than me, she was into stand up when I was growing up. So they used to. I don't know if you guys remember. There used to be this show called Que Locos.
Yeah,
It was and that was like my first introduction to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these
it
were all
was-
the Mexican comics.
It was all the Mexican comics.
Yeah,
It was
I
George
remember this.
Lopez.
The guy with the long hair,
It was
with the ponytail. ¿Cómo se llama? Jamie.
Jaime. Pull
Can you look it up? Can you look
Ponytail Mexican. Yeah, Google that shit.
it up? ¿Cómo se llamaba? ¿Qué locos?
I don't. I remember like for example, I remember Felipe Esparza. I remember Fluffy from those days.
They were on that?
Yeah, they were on that. They were
In
on
Spanish,
that.
though?
No, it was. I think if I remember correctly, it was in Galavisión, but it was in English.
What?
So it used to come out like at 10.
So when was the Latino Kings of Comedy? When was that?
That was
so,
a little bit after.
So that was a little bit like 2-3 years after that.
Okay.
So, but it was George Lopez was on that show too on Que Locos. So they used to have these little shows like every week they had like a new 6 comedians every week.
Oh wow.
And then the ones that I remember because I remember them because they still do comedy today and they're famous are George Lopez, Fluffy, and Felipe Esparza.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I never heard of Felipe Esparza.
you never heard of Felipe Esparza?
You've seen him.
he-
You've seen him,
I've
though.
probably
Yeah,
seen-
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've seen him.
He has a I think at least one special on Netflix.
He has one special on Netflix.
But he has another special. I don't know if it's on Netflix or if it's somewhere else. But he just had a new one like maybe like a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the most famous one is the one he had on Netflix. Like I want to say 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, my ass.
More? You think more? Maybe. Yeah.
More, yeah.
It was like they're not gonna laugh at you. It was called or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something
because
like
like my mom told me like I told my mom I was gonna have a special and she said don't worry they're not gonna laugh
that.
at
Hey,
you.
can you bring up? I don't know. Can you bring up Felipe?
He
Esparza?
actually Felipe Esparza actually won last comic standing.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, he won last comic standing like maybe like 10 years ago. Yeah.
I think the last season, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it was the last season or not, but yeah, he won last comic standing. Well, anyways, so that's how I got into stand up. I started watching it. I want to say when I was like 12, 13, maybe 2001, 2002.
Mm-hmm.
And then around 2007, I was still in high school. It was my last year of high school.
Oh,
That's Felipe
okay,
Esparza.
okay. Yeah, he has some luscious
Now-
locks.
Yeah, he's at the improv. He comes at least like
Yeah,
once
he
a
comes to
year.
the improv. He comes to the improv
Okay.
Schaumburg. Yeah.
Oh,
Now when he does when he did Que Locos, he didn't look anything like that.
He was skinnier.
He was skinnier. He didn't have any beard. He didn't have hair,
really?
long hair. He was really young. He was like, I mean, he's not that old now. I mean, he's maybe like 45. So this is like 20 years ago. He was like 25 back then. Yeah. So he was
wow.
So I want to say it was like 2007. My last year of high school, I graduated in 2007. That's when I first started wanting to be a comedian.
Oh, so like straight out of high school.
Yeah, and I started writing jokes, but the fact that I didn't know how to become a stand-up, I didn't know anybody that did it, and I didn't
know how to structure your stuff, you know what I'm
and
saying?
stage fright. I didn't start doing it till 2014. So it was just like
Stage fright that's like the number one thing.
it is. Stage fright is, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's nobody there to, you tell your friends and they just laugh at you like, oh, hey, I want to be stand up. You know, and they just make fun of you.
For sure.
People shit on your dreams and shit like that. It's just the way. It's just So
we do shit on dreams here.
I don't know how many of his dreams I shit on.
So you lose.
So I hate him.
So you lose courage. You lose that.
Yeah, for sure.
No, and then plus like it became to a point where I was like between 2007 and 2014, which was 7 years that I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but I never did anything about it. It was just something unrealistic, you know. It was not realistic. It was not like, oh, it's real.
It wasn't achievable.
Yeah, it was just like, and then just one day I'm like, fuck it, let's try it. And then I fell in love with it right away. The first time I went on stage.
Where did you go for your first open mic?
First open mic, they used to do this open mic at a basement, bro.
Wow.
Like this, kind of like this, bro.
Okay.
Kind of like this setup right here.
Yeah.
And then they used to do it like every other Friday, and it's the Avondale neighborhood in Chicago, which is like I don't know what streets you guys know, but it's it's not too far from Wrigley. It's not too far from like 10 minutes west of Wrigley.
Yeah, name big location.
Yeah.
Tell me West, bro. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So and then it was a basement, bro, and everybody was real supportive. Yeah, everybody.
Do you remember how many people were there?
Yeah, I mean, it was like a basement like this size, and it was full. And it was
full.
Yeah, it was full. It was full. Yeah,
it's awesome, dude. Honestly,
to
start out in a full basement like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you remember your first joke?
Probably not, but it was something dumb, bro.
Dude.
The whole, I want to say the whole first like 9-10 months that I did stand up, it was horrible. It was because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to structure jokes. Yeah, you don't know. It takes some time because you think you're a funny person, but it takes some time to learn how to communicate. What you're trying to say,
execute the jokes.
What you're trying to say, to put it in, like, you have something funny in your mind, but you don't know how to say it right.
Yeah.
So you got to put that funny thing in your mind and their mind. So it takes some time to learn the correct language to use
the timing
and everything. Yeah, to use
it
to make it funny. Yeah. So
yeah.
So I think I was pretty bad the first 8-10 months, but I didn't know it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't know it.
Were you getting laughs though? Like, were you getting like little big?
You would get laughs. I mean, I would get laughs.
Yeah.
I would bomb a lot of times too.
Yeah.
The first time I bombed, I was depressed for like a week the first time I bombed. Yeah. Dude,
just a quick side note, man. Same here, man. Same here. Like, this one time I went on a double date with this guy. It wasn't really like a double date, but it was kind of like we were talking. He brought 2 chicks, and we were like, hey, let's see what they're about, right? And I made a joke. on a table.
I remember this. I remember this now.
Dude, and it wasn't even, and here's the worst part, man. Not only was I not interested in these women, but I was like, I'm gonna try just to try, right? So
see what I got.
We're talking about a friend of his, and I'm like, oh, I got an opportunity for a joke, right, about him. So I make this joke, and they sit there, dude, and just look at me. Don't even react. It ruined a month.
Yeah, crickets, bro.
Dude,
crickets.
It ruined a month for me, dude. I'm like, oh,
crickets, bro. Crickets.
I'm like, just kill me out.
Nah, yeah, you bombed.
I think I was funny. I think I was funny, right? I laugh, right?
Yeah, but you laugh at everything. So that's you know what I'm saying?
Your laughs don't count, bro. Yeah,
yeah.
It's como de chocolate, bro. Yeah, it's a given, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, you still breathing? Yeah, he's laughing.
Yeah, he's a handicap in golf, bro. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, dude, yeah, for sure.
I remember that night, dude.
Yeah. And you, but you kept going.
I kept going, and then eventually you start writing decent material, and you start, people start liking what you do, and then people start booking you and stuff like that.
When you were writing material, man, how much material do you actually write before you're like, you know what, this is what I want to do? Before you go down to your like last 5 minutes, how do you pinpoint your last 5 minutes? Like this is what I want to do.
What do you mean?
Out of I'm guessing you write about 10, 20 minutes of
so you're saying like
material,
let's say you pick your subject, right? And you're like, all right, so this is the joke I'm gonna elaborate on, and this is gonna be my first like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna concentrate on this one to be my what I'm gonna finish off on. My
So like when you go up on stage,
how
do you decide? Well, it's usually the rule is
like you probably have you have to have like a structure in order this is gonna execute.
So the rule almost is like, you gotta put the joke that has like the biggest pop, the biggest like
at the beginning,
right?
Right?
No, at the end.
Oh, the end.
So because you wanna close with like a big laugh.
Yeah, boom, with fire.
Yeah, with fire, and then you put your second best joke first.
Okay.
So because you want to get them early too. So and then after that you just structure whatever makes sense. Like if you ended up in the first joke talking about something about cars, and then
You got to end it with cars.
and then your next joke is something to do with buses, and that fits with this one.
Okay.
So yeah, but usually you try to do your joke with the biggest last punchline at the end, and then your second best joke at the beginning for the most part.
And have you always done 5 minutes, or you have done longer?
No, I've done hours.
No, an
No,
hour?
hour. I done an hour. When I recorded an album last year, I did like 55 minutes an hour.
Still, dude.
Yeah, I done.
How do you have 55 minutes of material? Please tell us, man.
That was 6 years. 6 years of writing. 6 years of writing.
6 year depression, man.
Nah, it's just well, yeah, you develop. So what you want to do first is most shows where people are gonna book you and pay you, or people are gonna go see you, whatever. They're like 8 to 10 minutes. So that's what you gotta focus on first. Building a good 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
8 to 10, 8 to 10, and then you know that it's gonna
I got
work.
solid too, bro.
Yeah, 8 to 10, and then you work those 8 to 10 minutes, and eventually 8 to 10 minutes is like what 3-4 jokes. So eventually you're like, you know what, I wrote this joke. I'm gonna take one joke out and put this new one in and see if it works. And then if it works, now you have 12 minutes. Now you have 13. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just build
little by little,
little by little. And then the better you get, people start booking you for more time. So the newbies start 8 to 10 minutes. The people book me, they'll book you for 20, 25 minutes now. So then you start building more and more material. Yeah.
Wow, a whole 55 minutes, man.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean,
So you said that you felt like 8 months, right? It took you to like kind of get like
to write like one good joke where I'm
to
like,
write one
this
good
is
joke.
a good joke. Yeah.
So from there on, like, how long did it take you to be like start getting getting like booked?
The first time I got booked, I was 8 months in, but it wasn't until I was like 2 years in that I started getting booked consistently.
Yeah.
So the first 2 years I was getting, so from 8 months to 2 years, I was mainly getting booked like maybe once every 6 weeks, once every 7 weeks. It wasn't consistent, but like every little show helps because.
And they were all in the city.
The most part, like I said, there's this dude here in Rockford.
Yeah.
He because there's comedy groups in Facebook. So bookers will post like, hey, we're looking for comedians, send a clip, or we're looking for comedians, come and try at the open mic, and we'll pick somebody from the open mic and shit like that.
Yeah.
So the booker from Rockford, his name is Marcos. He had made a post like, hey, we're looking for new comedians. He used to run an open mic here in Belvedere. It was I think at a bowling alley, some shit like that.
Wait, we have two.
Oh, is there two?
No, we have one.
No, it's just one, dude.
Yeah.
It's really on
Down the street.
Yeah, down the street,
I don't
dude.
know.
Yeah.
There's a bowling alley, and then on the other side is like a little room, like a little bar.
I think
it
the
this
one like
here,
literally
right?
down the
Yeah,
street.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So he said like he made a post on Facebook, something like, hey, I'm looking for comedians. I run an open mic at this bowling alley in Belvedere. If you wanna come out. So I came out, and then I did good enough where he was like, oh, yeah. So he started booking me out here. So some of the first shows that I did were around this area.
Really?
Yeah, all around the Rockford area. Because he was the first dude that fucked with me. Started booking me, and then you start doing good, and then people start taking notice. So when I started in 2014, 2015 in Chicago, there was not that many Latinos doing comedy. Now there's a lot more now.
Is there?
Yeah, like starting like 2017, 2018, when I started. So they used to run this show at the Laugh Factory called the Latino Show. And that was the whole purpose of the show was to find new Latino comedians.
Yeah.
Because the Laugh Factory didn't have any Latino comedians. They had like 2, 3, and they wanted more. So the Laugh Factory, I started doing the open mic at the Laugh Factory, and then the Laugh Factory started. They started booking me there to the Latino show. I did the Latino show for like a year. Like I was doing it like every 3-4 months for like a year, and then they started booking me for the regular.
Can I ask this before I butt in?
Go
For
ahead.
Latino show, man, who started it? Was it another Latino? You know what?
Yeah.
They went up to Laugh Factory. Like, you know what? We don't have a lot of Latino comedians in the area. Let me start this. Let me get time.
So the initiative, from what I understand, the initiative was from the club.
Okay.
So there's this comedian called Joey Villagomez.
Okay.
He was recently on Comedy Central, like
Okay.
maybe like in January. Like Bill Burr has a show in Comedy Central.
Yeah.
And he was on the Bill Burr show.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
So look him up. He's really funny, Joey Villagomez, and he's helped me out a lot through my career. So he started out like in 2005, and then like in 2012 he was like 7 years in, and he was like I don't know if the best, but one of the best Latino comedians in the city.
Yeah.
And the club approached him, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to run a Latino show out of the club once a month? You book the comedians. We want to see more Latino talent." So he's the one that started the show, but with the club, he's the one that booked the show, but it was the club's idea.
Okay.
From what I understand. So yeah, and then so I did the first show I did there was 2015. 3 years after the show had started, and yeah, the show ended like in 2017, and but because he got too big, he was doing like gigs all over the country. He didn't have time no more.
So there's no more Latino night.
Yeah, well, so we tried to get it started again last year, but we only did 2 of them, and then like when he had the show, he was doing it monthly.
Yeah,
and then the booker in the Laugh Factory, his name is Curtis. He wanted to continue it, but Joey didn't want to continue it. And then there's another
Joey,
the guy who ran the show, the comedian who ran the show. Then he kind of instead of approaching one person, he approached 4 of us. Like, hey, you want to guys do the new Latino show again? But then we only did like 2 of them. Like it wasn't consistent, so it wasn't the same. It wasn't.
So it just needed, honestly, it just needed a leader. They just needed someone to lead.
Yeah, they need someone. Yeah,
because like this guy, like, I'm talented. Let me run this real quick.
You know what I'm saying? I might not be funny, but I can lead. You know what I'm saying? But it's just what it needed. It just needed a leader. But you need someone to take charge. Like, all right, man, this is what we're doing.
You need to be into comedy to know who the who the comedians that are working are. Yeah.
And then was it like a Latino audience though, or
it was mainly Latino audience. It was mainly Latino audience. Yeah.
But did it get popping when it was like?
Yeah, when Joey had it, it was So Joey he's not famous, but he's like local famous in the South Side of Chicago.
Okay.
Because he grew up like in the South Side, like in the like back of the yards neighborhood. Mm-hmm. He, like I said, he's not famous, but if you go to that side of the city,
they know him.
People know him. People know him. Yeah, people. So people will drive all the way to the South Side to the Laugh Factory, which is in the North Side to go watch the show. And he, like I said, he just came out on Comedy Central. He's opened up for Felipe Esparza a few times.
Here in the Improv?
I don't know if in the Improv, but he's headlined the Improv. Like the Improv has has gave him a chance to headline. Yeah. There's this producer, Puerto Rican producer named Mikey O, who he has Joe's on Wee Street. That's his venue, and that venue is really big. It's like fits 300 people.
Yeah.
So he brings out Felipe Esparza to that venue. He's brought him out a few times.
Oh shit!
So that's where Joey's opened up for him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, so when you were going through the Laugh Factory, did you start just doing open mics, or did you get booked before you?
No. So when I started with the Laugh Factory, I had only been booked like maybe 3-4 times to different shows.
Yeah.
I started doing the open mic when I was like a year in. Everybody, I mean, the consensus is to wait. Because you only get like a shot at the first impression. You only get one shot at the first impression. So the consensus is to wait until you're at a certain... That's him. That's Joey.
Oh, okay.
You only get like one shot, like I said. So...
One shot to just like do it like boom. Because, like, all right, cool, you're funny. Let's get you on next
time. If you're only a month in and you go in your garbage, they're always going to remember, oh yeah, that's that kid that was garbage when he's... You know what I'm saying? Like, so... I always tell comedians, like, wait a little while to go to the Laugh Factory. Like, wait to go
basically wait till you're ready.
Yeah.
You feel like you're ready.
See, because I went to the Laugh Factory probably right before Corona started. Mm-hmm. Right before Corona started. I went there because I wanted to see what the whole open mic thing, because I wanted to, do 5 minutes. And I...
was it the bucket system at that time?
It was a bucket system.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly, Tuesdays.
Okay, it was different when I started. Yeah.
And I went up there, and I just wanted to see what the feel was, because they were saying they had to be 5 clean minutes. And I wasn't sure if they meant like clean material, or clean, just like make sure you're consistent for those 5 minutes. So I went there and I stayed for the the open mic just to watch. I just wanted to see the feeling. And I mean, everybody was swearing. People had dirty jokes. And it was that. So I was like, okay, so maybe they just want to make sure you got 5 minutes. Like, don't be like,
don't suck.
Don't suck. Yeah.
Don't suck.
But I mean, there's some guys that had already done a couple mics and they were good, and some guys that were first timers that were, struggle a little bit, and some guys killed it. Like, some guys did good. But yeah, I just wanted to see what the feeling was, because
this is what when I started, it was clean. Basically means like no swearing. And no, like, explicitly sexual things. Like, you can say sex. You can, you know what I'm saying? But you can't be like, oh, yeah, I was raw dogging this bitch. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't go into these.
So this guy's not invited, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm going to have to opt out,
like, you can't be that, like, descriptive. You're having sex with this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it is. And the thing is that they don't enforce it. So if you go out there and swear and shit like that, they notice it, but they're not gonna like pull you off.
But if you kill it though,
if you kill it, would they hold that against you?
They will hold it against you.
Oh, they will hold it.
They will hold it against you.
If you kill it,
they will hold it against you, because the whole point of the trial is see if you can do clean material, because it's easier to write dirty material because
It is, yeah,
because
yeah,
sex is still like
Sex sells.
it's taboo, so it's easier to make funnier jokes like
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
but if you could write a joke about, I don't know, about like going to the grocery store or something like that, it's harder. You know, it's harder to make it funnier. So they want you to have a certain type of level of comedy. Yeah,
I have no chance. I'm already out.
Nah,
Dude.
but I mean,
I already quit before I started.
You're like, I went in the raw dog. Like,
once
Get out of here.
once they put you on the show, though, you could do whatever you want.
yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like you could do whatever you think the audience is gonna like and wasn't gonna like. Yeah. But yeah, it's just getting past that. So then when I first started, I started doing but back then it was different. They had because now they had the Tuesday show,
Yeah.
and then they had the mic, right?
Yeah.
When I started, it was a Wednesday mic, and it was just the mic. It was just the.
I mean, you showed up, you went on, or
No, you showed up and you signed up for the following week.
Yeah.
So you had to wait in line though. If you if the sign up was at 6, if you weren't there by like 5:20, you were not gonna get a spot.
So that's how it was.
Yeah, so and you were waiting in line for like 40 minutes. Yeah, that's how it was. And then I did a mic a couple, 3-4 times, and I did really good. And then they're like, he recommended me to Joy, like, hey, put him on the Latino show. And then I did the Latino show like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
And I did pretty good at the Latino show. And then they started booking me for the regular shows.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So now you're like a regular in sense.
I wouldn't say regular, but yeah, I do it like. I don't know, like once every month, like the regulars do it every weekend and shit. So I'm not like a regular, but yeah.
So there's hierarchy.
No,
hierarchy,
there's a hierarchy. There's the people that do the Friday and Saturday shows. Those are the
the top of the top.
Those are top of the top that you want. That's where you want to be.
And then how do you get there though?
It is just.
Is there a little bit of like
politics,
circle?
politics,
a little
right?
bit of,
There's politics involved in everything, but
Yeah.
politics.
Somebody get up there, bro.
Maybe nah. I'm not gonna talk bad about it.
Fuck that. No, we love you guys.
I'm gonna get a call tomorrow about the booker. Hey, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome here anymore, bro.
Listen to that one random podcast.
Yeah, out of nowhere, out of the blue.
Yeah, shit was trending on Twitter, bro. Yeah, you're out. Nah. It's a lot of politics, a lot of like, like for example, like people like if you're not booked, like if I'm not booked, I don't go.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who just go and they hang out, and sometimes the comedians they'll have like a show at the Laugh Factory, a show at the Comedy Bar,
and you go follow,
and a different show, and then for some reason they can't make their slot, and somebody's there who's just hanging out, like, hey, you want to take that slot,
So it kind of pays to be there. Then?
It kind of pays to be there. It pays to be there. Plus, bookers like that shit because you're drinking at their bar, so you're spending money. Because
no, but here's the thing. Same thing when
it's networking. That's what it is.
Same thing on the EDM scene. Because when I used to do when I was a promoter, man. When I was promoting back in my time, back in my time, that's you want that. You want to see people that want to play your shows, show up to your shows. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is.
Yeah, no, it is what it is.
It's what it is.
And it's
It's always, I think in every industry it's like that, man. You want people to show up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and I got a lot of respect for Latino comedians that are ahead of me. Like right now, there's two that are clearly ahead of me. There's Joey, and there's another one called Avi, the Puerto Rican dude. Yeah. Both of them have been really helpful in my career. Yeah. Every time they get a chance, they'll bring me out to a show to open for them and shit like that. But as long as they're there, they don't need me. They don't, you know what I'm saying? Because they'll do a show and they'll have like because the Laugh Factory is a lot about diversity. They are a lot about diversity.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, all right, we got like one black comedian, we got a gay comedian, we got a Latino comedian, we got a woman.
Trying to hit the mark.
And they do. And we got the two white comedians.
Whatever, no racism here, man.
They were like, we have the two actual comedians, so white guys.
Yeah, and we got the two women or the two white comedians, whatever.
Yeah.
They do those shows like that, and as long as they have Avi and Joy, they don't have any need for me. So it's only when like when Avi goes to like, well, no, not Avi doesn't travel that much, but when Joy goes to like Los Angeles, he goes a lot to Los Angeles and shit to do the Laugh Factory over there and shit like that. Yeah. Then they'll be like, all right, you could do a weekend spot, like a Saturday spot, Friday spot, which is the one you want to do because it's the one where like
more people are at.
Yeah, it's like people you got like 300 people in the audience, and it feels like what you saw when you were growing up on TV. Yeah, it's a dream. Yeah, because you do a show like I did a show 2 days ago at the Laugh Factory on Sunday. 3 days ago, whatever. Yeah. But and it was open. It's open right now.
Everything's starting to open.
It's open, and then but before I used to do shows on Sundays, and it was like 50 people, which is not bad. 50 people, but it's not 300 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So the ones you want to do the 300 people shows and shit like that.
And how many people were there last Sunday?
I don't think there was that many, but it's different now because
the whole COVID
because they took out like like 2/3 of the tables.
So it used to be 300 people, now it's 150 or something.
No, yeah. So on Sundays, I could tell you it was like usually like 40, 50 people before, because I used to do a lot of Sunday shows at La Factory. Now I think there was probably like 25 on Sunday, and the same amount of space though, just because they took away a lot of the tables. Every other table they took out, to make for the 6 feet distance and shit like that.
And how do you think the comedy scene in general is in Chicago, man? Because at least what I remember, man, when I was in Second City, dude, we were there was already a little bit of the Me Too kind of coming in. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
okay,
in sense of like, I mean, me and this one guy, we were
Me Too or cancel.
Me Too cancel culture. Okay. Yeah. Me and this one dude, we were a little bit more like dark, you know, since we were like saying, just speaking freely, right? Mm-hmm. Like comedy, right? Comedy's funny. You know, we can say whatever we want as long as it's funny, right? In a sense. And I remember there would be like some of the people that were there would be like, you know, even my teacher, I remember he'd be like, hey, you know, I would just clean it up a little bit. Just clean it up a little bit. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I thought like this is like a joke zone. Like we can joke around about stuff. And they were like, well, you know, it wasn't funny when you said this. Maybe change it to this form, you know. And I was like, okay, there's already like a little bit of a
stigmatism.
Yeah, some, you know what I mean, like
some type of censorship.
It's censorship.
Censorship.
Yeah. How is it for you? Like, being in the field. Like,
so let me see how I approach the subject. So it's there. The censorship is there.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. The censorship is there. There's certainly some subjects, taboo subjects, like I want to say rape, for example, is a
that's my first 5 minutes.
It's a very it's a very taboo subject, you know, because like I'm of the same mind that you are. Like, you know, everything should be able to be joked about. Everything should be,
as long as it's funny.
As long as it's funny, but people don't think that way, and you have like these are your two options. You can be like, fuck these people, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and then make enemies, or you can be like
among the crowd or the other comics.
Other comics. But here's the thing, though.
Why?
Or you can be like, I'm just not gonna do a rape joke. You know what I'm saying? So those are your two options.
You know the easiest one, to be honest.
Here's the thing, though. When you start out at the lower level, all the shows, not all the shows, but 90% of the shows are booked by other comics. So you can't go in making enemies right away. It's not a good look.
It's a politics, man. You gotta play the game.
Exactly.
You gotta play the game, dude.
You gotta play the game. So yeah, so
gotta fluff them up a little bit.
So yeah, I remember when I started too, I had like a rape joke too, and I thought it would kill. Like I would do like Latino rooms or black rooms.
Are you talking about the prison one?
No, that one I kept.
Okay.
No. Yeah. A different one. And but even that one I stopped doing like. At like white rooms, even that, even that one I started doing white rooms. So there was this joke I had, and it was a dumb joke. I'm not, but the thing was that like I would do it at Latino rooms and black rooms, and it would kill. I would do it at white rooms, which is the majority of rooms is white rooms.
Yeah.
And then some people were like, you know. So like I said, I had two options. Either I say fuck it, I keep doing it, or I'm like, you know what, I don't need this joke. I can be funny without this joke. And that's what I chose particularly. And it paid off for me. Like I didn't make any enemies. And it's the way it is, bro. It's the way it's already there. You can't do anything about it. Like if you want to fight for it, because I seen comedians that do that. That like they get into like Facebook arguments about their jokes, and I'm like, I'm like, dude, well, why are you fighting everyone? Like these are the people that book the shows.
It's kind of whack though, because you would hope that the fellow comics would be the ones that would be like I see where he's going to. Maybe he needs to word it a little differently.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, ideally it would be.
Ideally, like right? Yeah.
Ideally it would be like you say, but it's the way it is, and the way.
Well, it sounds like freedom of speech, but also make it funny. That's all.
And then it is what it is. At the end of the day, when you get booked for a comedy show at our level or at my level, nobody's going to see you. People are going to see
comedy,
the show. Yeah. There's this bar that has a show every Thursday. We're going to see the show every Thursday. So I understand where the bookers are coming from. Like, they don't want to alienate the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a big name. Like, if you ever make it to a level of all the big comedians where people are paying tickets to go watch you, then you could do whatever you want, you know, because then they're watching you.
They're there for you.
They're there for you. But right now, they're not there for you. They're there for the show. So the booker has to worry about the show. So if they think that your particular rape joke or your particular abortion joke or whatever it is,
So it's just depending on the crowd then. At that point.
can alienate the crowd, then they're not gonna take a risk on you.
Yeah.
So,
But-
and you want them to take a risk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but what if you want to like, let's say you want to ease them into it. Like, let's say you go a little like semi-dark, right? You're like,
Oh,
blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, these people are like, they're with it. And then you're like, abortion. And they're like,
with the big one.
and they're like, oh my
The
God.
closer.
Guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But no, but you, like,
No, there's some comedians that are, but very few. But there are some comedians that are very gifted at doing dark humor. They're like that
in a way that people
can do
understand it. In a
But
funny
I'm gonna tell you this: it's not new comedians, and unfortunately, most of these jokes are done by new comedians. So it takes years to get to the level where you know exactly how to win the audience over, and then hit them with the dark material. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, that'd be nice. There would be like a Dark Night,
Huh?
right? Like
That would be
a
good.
night where
A
it's like,
Dark
hey,
Night,
you know,
yeah.
if you come to this show,
Oh yeah. Well, you can market it that way. You'll say,
Yeah.
yeah.
Straight fire.
Yeah. It definitely it's a good idea. It's a
What
good
they
idea.
about it,
It's a good idea for a
Yeah.
show. Yeah.
because I mean, it's one of those things where it's. Like I said, man, like everything has to be funny, right? Everything has to be funny because if you're just saying mean stuff, like we've said stuff on this podcast,
Yeah.
that, you know, after the episode was over, I was like, Gamal, what did you say?
Oh, man.
Canceled. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
I'm
a
already
couple-
prepared, bro.
Yeah,
I got Laura in there.
This guy's gonna get me too in like in 10 years, dude. But no, but I mean, just things that we say that, you know, maybe like okay, it wasn't that funny, but I feel like everything when it comes to like podcasts, when it comes to comedy, when it comes to stand up, when it comes to anything, like everything should be taken with a grain of salt, right? Because you're not going up there, you're like what you're saying doesn't actually mean what you're trying to say.
No, yeah. You're just trying to be funny. That's
You're
what it
trying
is.
to be funny, yeah.
And
In a way, you're playing a persona. A little bit,
and like
almost.
I said earlier, I mean, ideally that's how things should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not how things are.
Yeah,
So you gotta either adapt or you're gonna fail. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. New comedians, like,
so you gotta play ball until you
you gotta play ball until
You're
you,
at the top, and then you play your own
yeah,
ball.
yeah. Then you could
play
do
your
whatever
own
you could do whatever you want. When people are
Yeah.
paying, when people are paying, like what happened to Louis C.K., which I'm not saying I condone what he did. It's horrible.
No.
Horrible what he did. But they
Can't be worse than Chris
but-
D'Elia, though.
but the point I was trying to make with him is like they can't cancel him because
no, but
He has his own
people,
crowd.
because people has his own people
He
pay
has
for
his
to
own
see him.
crowd,
Yeah,
yeah,
people pay him to see him. They
They'll
don't
pay 10, 15, 20, 30.
they don't care.
to see
And
him,
I'm not
dude.
condoning what he did. I think it was horrible. But
He did ask, though.
once
That's all I gotta say.
I'm not gonna no.
hey, I'm
Look.
with you, dude. I'm making eye contact with you.
No. He asked in a way where people. He put people in a position when they
Yeah.
couldn't
Well,
say
we
no.
had power
He put people in a position where they couldn't say no.
Yeah.
And I could tell you this because when I first started at the Laugh Factory, I got like
Did he ask you?
I was gonna say, I'm like, yeah,
no,
you too.
no.
Did he ask you, bro?
I got like I got into an argument with a more established comedian.
Yeah.
And there was nothing I could do. There was like I felt like there was nothing I could do. You know, I had to just
Take
Take
that
the
out.
punch.
no. He pushed me and everything, and I was like, what can I do? Like if I go.
What was the argument?
Neymar,
So
bro,
this
spot.
so this is the argument. So this is the
You want to talk shit, dude? I'll talk shit about him too.
No, I mean I'm not gonna say his
I
name.
don't know, but
Tell him, bro. Tell him.
I'm Team Oscar
Name
right
him
now,
out,
dude,
bro.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Nobody
not gonna
watches
say
this
his name
anyways.
because we squashed it already. We
Yeah.
Okay.
we talked about it a couple years later and we squashed it already.
Yeah.
So what happened was that it was so like I said, when I started doing the Laugh Factory, I was only doing the Latino show.
Okay.
And then so the first show that I did that was like a regular show was like a Saturday night at 12 at night, so midnight show, called the midnight show at the Laugh Factory, right? So I was nervous because it was my first like real show, and I was like, and I was up first. So they do that; they throw you up first just to like see how
Right in the fire.
just to see how you handle it and shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So the host, it was I think is a phenomenal comedian. It was a host, but like they try to encourage the host not to do any jokes. They try to encourage them to just talk to the audience.
Yeah.
So they're like, whatever. Hey, what do you do for a living? And then, oh yeah, you do this, and then they make fun
Crowd
of
work.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, crowd work. Yeah,
Yeah.
crowd work.
Work the crowd.
Yeah, but if shit's going wrong, then you go back to your material. You know what I'm saying? So this host, he was doing crowd work for like 8 minutes because they give you a light when there's 2 minutes left. So I saw it. So it wasn't until he got the light that he finally decided to go into one of his jokes.
Yeah.
The first 8 minutes of crowd work were garbage. He was not making anybody laugh.
I had a brother named Jim.
Yeah. Boo.
You like pizza too?
Yeah. So it was just garbage. It was just not funny.
Straight garbage.
And then he did one of his jokes, and he actually made them laugh. Like,
Okay.
and then in my mind, I was like, this dude's stupid. You know,
yeah.
As soon as he saw the first 2-3 minutes that he wasn't making them laugh,
Like, I'm bringing up the next comedian.
He should have just gotten to his jokes.
First 30 seconds. Like, all right, man, I'm not doing this right.
He should have just gotten to his jokes because his jokes are funny. He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
So one of his jokes just ended on this. He ended something like the joke was about him doing like high school wrestling. And that he wasn't that good, but he tried his best.
Yeah,
So
I think I beat this guy in high school.
So yeah. So
A sad win.
So then he goes and introduces me, and when I grabbed the mic, it just came out like I naturally, like I didn't plan it or anything.
You clowned him.
I was like, hey, give it up for Tim. I said his name already.
Tim, look him up. Chicago
Tim
Tim.
Chicago.
comedian.
He's not in Chicago no more. He's in New York. He's in New York. Anyway,
Pull him up anyway.
New York Tim.
but I was like, give it up for Tim. Like
Tim Dillon.
no, so I was like, he's not a good host, but he's trying his best.
Oh, that's good. That's funny though.
So I was like, he's not a good host. He's trying his best, like he did in high school wrestling, whatever. So I just said that.
I laughed, dude.
So I just said that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Without
Fire.
thinking.
And you killed it.
Fire.
No, and I think I went and did my set, and I killed my set.
Yeah.
I was super happy because it was my first set. I was
Yeah.
nervous. I was like,
That's wild,
my
man.
first set where it was my regular show at the like not a Latino show, like my first show.
Yeah.
I was happy, so I go in the back where they have like the bar in the back.
Celebrating.
I'm all happy.
You're doing the Cuauhtémoc thing.
Yeah, the
Shots. Tequila, bro.
this dude comes and he just pushes me out of nowhere. Like straight up pushes me. Comes
Perro.
and pushes me like what the fuck are you doing? I'm like what do you mean? Like what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? You're not supposed to make fun of the host, dude. I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't know. Like, yeah, because you don't know because you're a newbie. Whatever. He started pulling rank and shit. Like, you're a newbie. Like, that's not how you do it at the clubs, bro. Like, whatever. Started like, I was like, oh shit. And he pushed me again like a second time. And then he left. I was like, oh shit. And at that moment, I felt powerless. I was like, what can I do?
Yeah.
Who can I tell? This guy is a regular at this club.
Yeah.
And I felt like if I bring it up, they're just gonna not book.
Yeah.
They're just not gonna book
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Put you to the side.
Yeah, they're just gonna put me to the side.
I'll
Like,
cast you.
Like Oscar Problematic.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna bring him in. So I didn't say anything. And then after the show, he half apologized. He was like, man, maybe I was wrong for pushing you, but I was right. You don't do that to hosts. I'm like, whatever, right? Like I didn't know the rules. I didn't know. I'm just trying to be funny. And then so that's why when
I feel like if it was your first time, I feel like there should have been some from the people that
No,
doing
but,
it.
no, but he
like
was
let
wrong.
you know. a
Yeah,
little
he
bit,
was
hey.
wrong.
No, he was wrong. He was like,
no, for sure.
no, like all over the years, I've talked to other comedians, and he was just pissed off because he had a bad set.
And because
he was just pissed off because he had a bad set. That's what it was.
And it's one of those things too where it's like you didn't say anything mean.
Nah.
No, you were just making a
You
joke
just
of
went
the
off
obvious.
of what he said.
Yeah,
That's
I was
all.
off of what
He
he
played off what he said.
And then and so that's when that's why when the Louis C.K. thing happened.
And then
I understood
Yeah.
why those women couldn't say anything. So that's what I think Louis C.K.'s biggest crime was, is that he took advantage of the position that he was in, because the club was just gonna get if she went to the club and were like, hey, Louis C.K. did this. Louis C.K. was
Some Weinstein stuff.
they were just gonna get rid of the girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were not gonna get rid of Louis.
No,
They're
no,
not.
no.
This guy's making money for the club.
And then the other problem is too, it's like the one Mexican comic we had. You know what I mean? Louis C.K. is
Half
Mexican.
Yeah, I mean, quarter Mexican. Yeah.
Quarter Mexican. And we lost him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, yeah, but yeah. So
What did it
yeah.
say?
So
Louis-
no, it's not that I don't think he's Louis C.K. is a great comedian. One of
He's
the best.
funny, he's funny,
He's one of the
he's
best
funny.
comedians ever.
Dude, he's
but
great, dude.
but he was a fucking douchebag. He's a fucking douchebag for
Yeah.
doing that shit, and he deserves.
But the
whatever he got.
argument with him was that he was doing that when he didn't have power.
He was just nobody.
No, but he wasn't nationally famous.
Yeah,
but he was still
local.
headlining clubs. He was still
I see
because
what
he
you're
he,
saying.
Okay,
he was the headliner at the clubs, and the girls were the ones opening up for him.
Still the hierarchy, dude. Still the
Yeah,
hierarchy.
yeah. No, there's still a hierarchy everywhere. But like, yeah, like this guy that pushed me, he means nothing to nobody. But
Yeah.
at that time, I still saw him as somebody who could
Yeah,
who
for
could
sure.
end my career or
Yeah.
end my at least my with that club.
He can help
yeah.
you start it. He can help you end it.
Yeah, no. So
What do you wanna
yeah,
pick?
so I understood what Louis
Joe
like.
Side.
Yeah, I asked. Yeah, but you asked to people that couldn't say no. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's the way it was.
Man, dude. Son of a
You ready?
bitch. You know, he's not my friend anymore, man. You know, I'm gonna say right now, he's never gonna be a guest on Daily Sound.
Tim, you hear that, Tim? Tim, you're watching this. You're not here, bro. You're not here.
No, but yeah. I mean, yeah, that sucks, man. That sucks because like I said, man, you want to be able to, feel secure with your own fellow.
It's like
comics,
walking
man.
in eggshells in that place, no?
Yeah, I mean, it
You
is.
gotta do everything right, or you're gone. You're done.
Yeah,
career's over.
That's the way it is. It's a job, dude. It's like
You gotta move somewhere else.
It's a job. You don't wherever you work. If you work at an office, you can't get into fights with the person from accounting. You know what I'm saying?
This guy threw hands like.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Yeah, you're not gonna throw hands with the HR person. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just not.
You should be, but you should be able.
You
to.
should be able to. You should, yeah. After 5 o'clock, you should be able to. At 5:01, you should be able to beat up the HR person.
Yeah. Right the flagpole, though. Right flagpole.
5:05 is.
Is it, you want to see a Mexican?
Yeah. Because you're off hours. Yeah, it's not the way it works, though.
Oh, you talking about Fight Club?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Overall, the scene in Chicago, man. Do you think as a comic you can make it in Chicago?
Well,
or do you have to leave?
You have to leave still. You still have to leave. You still have to leave. It's getting to a point where one day you're not gonna have to leave. I think maybe in 10 years. But still, you still have to leave because all the big clubs are still in New York and
LA. Yeah.
And all the writing jobs, like I told you earlier, people want to write for like Jimmy Fallon,
but
for the
Daily
Daily
Show. You want to be a straight comic. No, you don't want to be a writer. You want to be a straight comic.
No, you don't have to leave then, but you have to travel out of Chicago consistently.
Yeah,
like at least a couple weeks out of the month.
You don't think social media could just defeat that? Could just like, you know what, social media, that's all I need.
No,
I don't gotta leave anymore.
I think eventually, because before it's like if you want to work like let's say Caroline's at New York. Before you had to be in New York to work it because you had to go and talk to the booker or you had to, now you could just message him, email him or whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to line up all the shows, like because it's not worth it to just go and booking a flight to New York for one show is not worth it. So you have to line up like a whole series of shows.
Oh.
So to go and so for at least for it to pay itself. You know?
Yeah.
But still, like I said, like if you because a lot of the comedians that's what they want. They want. I'll be able to have like a steady job that gives like a 9 to 5, and like I said, like I know comedians that do Jimmy Fallon and then do the Daily Show, and they write for that. So that's like their 9 to 5, and then at night they could do stand up, but at least they already have like a comedy job secure. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because that's the whole goal. It's not to eventually not to have to do any other type of job except
just do comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, just do comedy. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Comedy and podcasts kind of go together a little bit. Am I right?
Now, for sure.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
Chicago scene. How popular is the idea of having a podcast?
It's popular. It's popular. I'm not saying most comedians in Chicago don't have a podcast, but there's a lot of comedians. That
I feel like that's like the one way to really get out there.
There's a lot of comedians that have podcasts.
Yeah. But what you're trying to say is that Daily Insomnia is the #1 podcast in Chicago land.
My favorite podcast.
Hey, bro. Give us one of these, bro. Give one of these, bro.
What is a damn?
Patemo, bro.
Episode 149 is my favorite. Bro.
Yeah. Write that down.
Right.
Quote that.
Bookmark that, all right?
Episode 149. Young, handsome comedian you guys had there. Yeah.
Good fella.
Yeah. Bad thing in soccer, but
yeah.
No, yeah, dude. It's man, dude. We talked about the comedy scene in Chicago and podcasts and all that, dude. And I have hope for the city, man. I want Chicago because it doesn't make sense to me. How is LA, a big comedy special, big comedy city? New York's a big comedy city, but Chicago is not a big.
That's just because that's where they film everything, bro. That's just where they film everything.
I get that.
So we gotta film everything.
Yeah. That's what you gotta do. You gotta find a way to bring shows, which has been happening, bro. It's been happening with the Chicago PD and the Chicago Fire, shit like that. And I know like a lot of friends that do like extra work for those shows.
Are we one of the biggest cities?
We're the third.
Second. Fuck third.
I'm saying second.
We're the third biggest
city in the United States.
Technically third, but second.
Yeah. If you ignore the facts, bro, we're the second.
Bro, facts here, bro.
If you ignore the facts, we're the biggest city.
But it's like it's surprising. It's very surprising, man, that we don't have like a comedy store here. Like that sense, that type of environment where it's like a club where all the comedians are going, and we're like. And that's where the safe area, right? Like where you can go in there, you can be free, you can joke around, you can do your thing, and you can network with the best comedians. And because when comedians come to the city, right, where did he go? The Improv.
Yeah.
Right. If Schaumburg, they're gonna go Schaumburg. Not even city. Schaumburg is what? 30 minutes. 30 minutes from Chicago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if they go, maybe they go to Zanies, or maybe they go to the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
But the Zanies, there's 2 locations, right? We have the one in Rosemont, and we have the one in the city.
In the Old Town, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I want Chicago to be more than that. I want to have a place where
Yeah.
you know where we have a nice club.
Well, yeah. So the thing about Chicago is so far right now it's just for you to grow as a comedian. But if you want to make it, you still have to go to New York and LA, and it's still the way it is.
I hate that.
I think
that's just the way it is.
This right here, this is what it has to do. One big comic has to come in and just dominate.
This guy.
That's all it is.
This guy.
Well, that's what it is. I mean,
No.
if you go to
you bring one big comic, everyone else will come with it. Everyone else
it's
will
like,
come with it.
for example, like Rogan, right? Joe Rogan, he's leaving
LA too for Texas,
for Austin, right? He's building a club there.
Dude, it's over.
So you know, like I was, you know, because I listened a lot to these comedian podcasts, and they were saying like if you're an up and comer right now, you want to go where Rogan's going, right? You want to go to his club because that's going to be the next spot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because LA is kind of like
it's dying.
Fizzling off.
It's dying, dude.
You know,
Me Too, cancel culture, all that
it's
bullshit.
still, I'll tell you, LA and New York are the only clubs or the only places right now where you can go on a regular night, Tuesday night, just go to the store and somebody you might see at the movies might pop there. You know what I'm saying? And Chicago's not like that. Chicago, you're just seeing local talent
For sure.
So
that's what I'm saying. You need one big person to be in Chicago, and everyone's gonna grab.
But no, like for example, you guys know Hannibal Buress?
Hannibal Buress, yeah.
Yeah. So he actually he went to the same high school that I did. He's older than me, but
can you tell him to get on the podcast?
Yeah.
I'll DM him see what he says.
Hey, went to high school.
I mean, I talked to him I wouldn't say we're friends. But we've had a couple conversations.
Okay,
dude,
it's more than us.
Yeah. Well, with him, like he still has a house here in Chicago, but he's only here like 1 week out of the year, out of the month. I'm like, so 3 weeks he's not. So technically he's not in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But so. Like even him that he's from Chicago doesn't stick around, you know.
The stigma behind it, like you have to be in LA, you have to be in New York.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, one big comic in Chicago is gonna.
What we need, what we really I think will change it is if we just started filming our own sitcoms here, or we had one late night show. Here, one late night show would change everything because.
Wait, are you talking about Daily Insomnia?
Not a podcast. Like
damn, dude.
Like a late night, like a Jimmy Fallon, Conan O'Brien type of show. Because that's why people leave. Because those people hire comedians all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's what you will need. Something that keeps people here. So when they get big, they stay here. But if you have all the shows on the coast, all the movies in the coast. People are gonna want to move to the coast.
I mean, we got Transformers here, bro.
Okay. No, but Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Exactly. I remember that shit. I hated that shit because fucking closed down traffic. I was like 18 years old when that shit started. And you have to reroute through Chinatown and shit. Every time we're filming that shit.
Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Like you said, I get the aspect of leaving, but. I feel like there's things that we like people here in the comedy scene, we can do something to make it more poppin', man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm like, if you want to be, like I said, if you want to be a writer on a comedy show, maybe you want to go to LA, maybe you want to go to New York, right? But if you want to be a straight comic, you know, a straight comic, guy who's just gonna worry about his hour, shoot a special, move on.
Nobody does that anymore. Every comedian that you know that's big. Did something already, you know, like Chappelle. He had the Chappelle show, you know. He needed to film that at Comedy Central. Joe Rogan, but he has podcasts, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, Fear Factor,
and then he did like UFC too and shit like that. So it's like no comedian just does comedy. They have to branch. They have to branch out.
For sure, they branch out.
They have to branch out something else. And when you branch out, those outlets are in New York or LA.
Yeah, because I mean, in the future, like, do you see yourself leaving Chicago to go?
I do see myself leaving Chicago eventually.
Towards what direction?
So New York is New York. New York is the
Traitor.
he's like, we need to build a city. Fuck you guys.
I mean, like New York would be. So New York is stigmatized, or the stigmas or the stereotypes are that LA you go when you are big. When you have multiple talents, when you can do comedy and you can act and you can sing or you can rap or whatever, you know, or you can dance. And New York is like when you're just good at stand up, you just go to New York.
Okay.
and I don't feel like I can do anything else besides stand up. I don't. I mean, sure, sure.
You can.
Yeah, I think I can. I've never tried.
Exactly.
I've never tried. And plus, there's classes and acting classes and shit like that. You know that I've never took or anything like that. So yeah. So New York will be more of a place for me. But by now that I'm 6 years in the game, I know a bunch of people that moved out to both places. So I wouldn't start from zero when I go. You know,
you wouldn't know somebody.
I would already have connections
Yeah.
in both New York and LA. I just I think there's a couple things I want to do still. For example, at the Improv, I've only done one guest spot. I would like to do a lot more at the Improv, like at least host a few times, and at Zany's too. He was gonna come out, not you guys, but like the audience listening.
What? Hey, dude, we'll come too, dude.
The audience listening.
Hey, don't exclude us. Dude. We're the ones that want you on this podcast.
Yeah. September 10th at Zany's, Old Town.
You gonna be at Zany's September 10th?
September 10th, yeah.
What is that? Is that a Friday?
Thursday.
We'll be there.
Oh, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
Nah, don't go there.
No, we're going.
All right.
We're going.
Like, don't feel obligated to go.
We're not going.
Dude, so
Check your schedule.
yeah, open.
September 10th. Saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to do more things at those. Like at the Laugh Factory, I've already done it a bunch of like over 30, 40 times.
Yeah,
so like
garbage. You
know, no, not garbage. It's not. But like I've already done it.
Yeah.
So like I just want to do more at Zany's and more at the Improv. So when I get to New York, people will be like, "What have you done?" Like, "Oh yeah, I did all the clubs.
Look at my resume."
Yeah, I did all because that's what it is. At the end of the day, people.
I've been at Daily Insomnia too, bitch.
At the end of the day, that's what people look. Yeah, Insomnia. Yeah. This is gonna be big for my.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. He's like, how many subscribers? Yeah, dude. So New York. That's where. So what's the timeline? If you ideally.
So before COVID, I wanted to leave within the next 3 years.
Okay, still got that.
Yeah, now I don't know. We'll see how things are. It depends too, bro. Like it depends on my life shit too, right? Like
no kids?
No, I don't have any kids. I'm not married. I don't have any kids.
Hey,
blast, dude. Keep that way, dude.
I don't,
Women, the devil.
Two DNA tests pending, right? But not. Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that.
Both negative.
Nah. So yeah, it depends on life shit like that.
Yeah.
For example, my parents are getting older. They wanna move back to Mexico, and the house I live in is owned by them. So if they sell it, I'm not gonna have a place to live. So I'm like, that'd be the perfect situation for me to
just pack up
and leave. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it just depends on that. It depends on life shit, but ideally within the next 3 years.
Okay,
I want to say
within the next 3 years.
Yeah, but by the time I'm like 8-9 years in, I feel like I'll move to New York.
And that's what it is, man. It's just fucking time, huh?
Yeah,
it's just fucking time.
There's no cheat code to this, man.
No, I'm trying to find a cheat code. I'm hoping.
I mean, if you're rich, you can do it. Yeah. If you're rich or you're already famous, bro. There's a bunch of like people like there was a UFC fighter
Brendan Schaub
who started doing stand up and he got a special within 3 years. Bro.
Yeah, that's Brendan Schaub, bro. Finding the kid.
You know how ridiculous that is.
Yeah. But
you're barely learning how to do comedy at 3 years.
Dude, okay, well, here's the thing. We know Brendan Schaub because we listened to the to the whole fucking thing, right?
I didn't know it.
Yeah. And what helped him though, man, was that he had Joe Rogan.
Yeah. He had
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is key, right?
Yeah. Joe Rogan, Chris D'Elia, Joey Diaz, Brian Callen, dude.
Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had all these comedians.
Geez,
so it was just like it was these and don't get me wrong, that dude puts in the work. Because I still listen to
No,
him. I but obviously somebody like you, right, who's been putting the time like little by little.
We look at it like like I guess you guys know Jeremy Piven, for example.
Jeremy Piven, same thing, but he's not stand up, right?
No,
he goes up there, he does like
so he
talks Hollywood.
He came in and like at the Laugh Factory, and
wait, Jeremy Piven from
Entourage.
From
Entourage, bro. He came to a Laugh Factory last year, and he like people that they already have booked shows. People were already booked, and they're like he wanted this one weekend, and
that's my dude. And Entourage, I saw it like last year, bro. Love that show.
They had to. Well, so he like sexually assaulted someone, something like that. That sort. Yeah. Your hero sexually assaulted.
That's my dude, bro.
Yeah.
He's like I aspired to be like him.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well,
I did not know that, bro.
So that's why he turned to stand up because he couldn't do anything else in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Really?
So he
your idol. You okay, dude? Take a minute.
They're thinking about making a spinoff.
They were.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. You guys continue.
Yeah.
But they're thinking about making a spinoff.
Give me a beer. Give me a beer. Yeah.
Dude, no. There's actually been like 2 other people off the show that have like two stuff too, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro. I'm like, damn. I did not know he did too.
Well, anyway, what I was gonna say is that like, so they had comedians booked for those 2 dates.
Yeah.
He wanted them. They had to unbook all the comedians who are way better than him because they've been doing it for 8-9 years.
But because he has a status.
But because he only wanted to do 25 minutes, so they like put him around the best comedians. So he like
kind of support him in a way.
Yeah,
dude.
and then it's like
so he doesn't do good. It's alright.
Because everybody already laughed with the other comedians. So and then people are already like the people are already in the mood of laughing. So yeah, he goes in there, and that's the way it is, bro. Like if Stormy Daniels was doing fucking stand up.
Oh, Stormy Daniels. Bro, and you're like over here, bro. Like, bro, I put in the time. And Stormy Daniels, all she does, lay her back, bro.
so that's kind of like a. Yeah, it's kind of like a slap in the face to people that have been working.
I feel you.
So there are shortcuts. If you're already famous with something else,
yes,
you can make it and stand up faster than somebody who puts.
Unfortunately, bro, that's how the game works, man. The people you know.
At the end of the day,
politics is so huge. In this
at the end of the day, it's a business, bro.
It is a business.
And if Jeremy Piven,
you gotta put asses in your.
It doesn't matter how much better I'm Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Piven's gonna sell out. I'm not gonna sell it.
Jeremy Piven has a name for Entourage.
Exactly.
Who doesn't know Entourage? Yeah. Entourage was for 8-9 years, man. Yeah. I mean, all of it. I seen all of it.
I saw like one episode, but I know who he is. But
exactly.
I saw like one episode.
Yeah. Well, yes. Anyways, but I'm saying, like I said, it's a business. It brings ass. Whoever brings the more asses, puts the asses in the seats, bro. They're winning. They're gonna be at the top, man. That's what it is, dude. That's what it is, dude.
It's at the end of the day, it's a business.
It's a business.
It's a business. It is. And so and then everything is like how good you are is like 50% of it. How good you can network is another 50%. And not only that, sometimes luck too, bro. You're at the right place at the right time.
No. I get you on that, dude. I get you on that. We're waiting on, bro.
We're waiting on the question, bro.
Know, right?
Taking questions from the audience, bro. Any sound guy question? Sound guy's girlfriend.
Jaime, how you doing, Jaime? Hey, speak of the mic, bro. No one's here, bro.
I finally have been acknowledged. We're like an hour in.
Yeah.
We are an hour in.
No one said anything to me.
Sound guy question? I don't know.
Yeah. What did we leave off? We left that.
We just talking about Jeremy Piven still, bro. Talk about basically if you like he has.
Wait,
you have a name?
I had a question. No, I had a question. So he came to Laugh Factory. Did he struggle?
No, because like I was telling him, they put him with the best comedians in Chicago. So it's like he only did 25 minutes, which is weird because usually headliners do like 45 to an hour.
Yeah, an hour, yeah.
So the fact that he only did 25 minutes, it's weird.
Yeah.
So the shows are usually like an hour 15, hour 20.
Yeah.
So they put up like 4 or 5 comedians before him that to do 10 minutes each that are monsters. So like when people are already like in the mood of laughing, you just come in there and say anything and people are laughing. So he did well.
But was it mostly like Hollywood stories? Like
I don't know. I didn't see. I just heard.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see. I just heard. Yeah, I just heard. A lot of people got mad, like I said, because they already had those 2 nights filled.
A lot of people as just comedians though, because the crowd didn't care.
Oh yeah, the crowd. Yeah, the crowd. Yeah,
the crowd was there to see him.
And there's
because of his persona.
There's probably people that don't even follow stand-up that just went to the Laugh Factory that never go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to see Jeremy Piven. Yeah. And that's just the way.
Bro. Don't put that on me, dude. Hey, Jaime, why you putting that up, bro?
You made me quit my comedy.
Damn, dude. I put him in a high standard, bro. After seeing Entourage,
he's my idol.
Yeah, dude.
He's your idol.
His character's awesome, but after seeing this, like, god damn.
Wasn't there a movie? Wasn't there an Entourage movie?
Yeah, there was.
Like,
what's your name? Ron Rossi. Ron Rossi was there, dude.
Yeah.
I saw the movie before I saw the series, actually.
So, who's your like when you think of the comedian comic? Who's your guy? Like, who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to? I was I don't know if you were here. I was telling him earlier. There's this comedian who died like 10 years ago. His name was Greg Giraldo. He was of Colombian origin. He was Colombian and Spanish, I think. Yeah. I think he was he never got like super big, but he used to judge, for example, NBC's Last Comic Standing. He was one of the judges.
Oh wow!
And he has like 2 30-minute specials on Comedy Central, And I think that was him. He died 10 years ago.
Oh,
He-
make him bigger.
He died of a drug overdose.
I was gonna say that. I was like, he looks pretty young.
Yeah,
Cocaine.
He, I don't even know it was cocaine. I think it was some pills or some shit.
Oof,
He was supposed to do a show and he never left.
Never
his
showed up.
He never showed up. So they went to check his hotel room. He was dead.
Damn.
He
Dude.
died. I think he just wasn't a superstar. That's not what he was. But he was. I think he was really smart and just really funny. And he was also like a.
So when you say he wasn't a superstar, it's just because he didn't market himself.
Yeah, no,
more
I don't know. It's just people didn't like. Comedy Central always fucked with him. Like any show that at the time that they used to do roast.
Yeah.
Like he was like the best one. I don't know if you guys know who Jeff Ross is.
Yeah.
So he's one of the best roasters now.
Yeah.
Greg Giraldo was better than him.
No shit.
It was and so every time there was a roast, Comedy Central will always throw Greg Giraldo in because Comedy Central always trying to like build him up, but he never caught on as a household name.
Okay.
It's just the way he was. But he has a roast, but I don't know if the video said, but the audio, you guys listen to it when he roasted Flavor Flav, where he just like it was hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
And then and then he had 2 Comedy Central specials, 30 minutes, and I think 1 full hour called Midlife Vices.
Okay.
And he went out before I started doing stand up. I looked up to him a lot. I used to look up to Louis a lot before the incident became public.
Yeah.
I mean,
no one knew anyway.
Look,
So I mean,
he's still a piece of shit, but he's one of the best comedians ever.
But
Yeah.
he's not the worst kind of piece of shit.
No, he's not the worst kind of piece of shit. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Bill Cosby's a lot worse, right?
Yeah.
But-
Bill Cosby,
no,
King
and
Diaz. There's a lot of.
hey, don't put me that. Bro.
I think a lot of
Not in that group.
between 2007 and 2013, I would say Louis put out like 4 or 5 specials that they were all fire. Bro.
I mean, dude. I mean, he had a TV show. He had
Yeah,
everything
they were,
on Fox, and just yanked it.
I think Dave Chappelle is probably like
Still number one.
I think he's the GOAT. I think he's
Do you
Chappelle show.
now that you're
Chappelle
like
show,
you're fully immersed in stand up, is it hard to listen to other stand ups?
It is. It's a lot less funnier because when you hear an idea, you know where they're going. You know, like this joke can only end this way,
You got the punchline.
and then it's less funny because you already expect it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest downside to becoming a comedian.
Do you also feel like it's hard to listen to them because you don't want to be influenced by them? You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's like
Accidentally take the material. out of nowhere.
because subconsciously, right? You could be up on stage, you could think of a joke, right? You're like, oh, what if I do this? But then you're like, oh, well, it's kind of it's really similar to
no, I mean, I don't worry about that because to begin with, don't steal jokes, right? There's no rule number 1. Carlos
Mencia?
Mencia didn't get it.
Carlos Mencia, dude.
Don't steal jokes, but every joke or every subject has been talked about.
For sure.
exactly.
So so no matter what you do, somebody already did it. Well, the only thing you can do is put like your own spin
Make
on
it
it.
fresh. Make it fresh.
Make your own spin on it. So it's like, so if I write about my life, like at the beginning, that's what I used to write a lot about, like growing up in Chicago, growing up Mexican. Those are the 2 things I wrote about.
Yeah.
Like, I know I didn't steal it for anybody because it's my experience. You know what I'm saying? So I know everything was fresh, everything was mine. But I'm sure if you go down, somebody talked about a similar subject. And
Yeah. I mean,
if
how many Mexicans grew up in Chicago?
yeah, exactly. 500,000, I think.
And that's only the ones documented.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
300,000 survived.
Yeah, that's the ones that fill out the census.
Those guys come and like knock on your door, dude. They knock on your door.
Dude, they did.
Yeah.
Today, actually, can you fill this out? I'm like,
Oh, wait, so that's why you were late?
exactly what I was like. Yeah.
That should take like 3 minutes. Though.
I bullshit like, dude, I got like 20 people here, man.
I got 20 dependents. Yeah, man. Yeah, I get that, man. I understand it, dude. I last night I was watching Rob Schneider. He has a new special on Netflix.
Right, yeah, dude. I haven't heard that name in a while, dude.
Yeah, I saw him in the Improv here in Schaumburg.
You go to the Improv a lot?
Yeah. I try to go as much as
Pre-COVID.
Yeah, pre-COVID. Pre-COVID. But no, I love going up there, man, because like I would go right to the front, right? I know because I knew
Especially they're early.
Yeah.
The early goes right to the front.
Yeah, because I went there. I saw Charlie Murphy. I saw Rob Schneider. I saw Bill Bellamy. I saw Schaub.
Yeah.
Brendan Schaub. Brian Callen. I saw Joe Rogan in the city. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just being in that crowd, man. Being immersed in that is the best. especially when you're friends, because they always picked on you. You know what I mean? So you just you're
Yes.
sitting there like an idiot, like
you're part of the show. Right?
yeah. Hey, me guys. Like, look at this idiot. Yeah.
Look at this dumb cunt. I'm the dumb cunt.
Does this guy have papers?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's the best, man. I love comedy. I love the comedy scene, dude. I love the comedy clubs, man. Like, those are my people, man. Those are my people. I feel, so like, it sucks that you say that, you still got to be somewhat censored.
You gotta be at the beginning, like I said.
Yeah.
At the beginning, other comedians book the shows, so you have to. The other comedians have to like you.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, once you get to a name, to be a name where
So you're telling me this, dude. If I open up my own shop, I defeat all that.
So if
I
you
defeat all
if
that.
you open up your own club, you could book anybody you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm gonna do.
But what about like you said, people like these they book a show. Like how do you get to the point where you want to be like, I'm gonna book a show, I'm gonna get some comedians to come in and do
well, you get to it's just producing is like a natural step when you become a comedian after a while. I already produced like four different shows, and I was running before COVID. I was running 2.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just because it's an easy way to make money. Because like it depends. You got.
So how does that work? You got like a
there's all types of deals.
Yeah.
So you generally talk to a venue that wants comedy, and generally you talk to them like, hey, I need this budget, or I need to be able to charge the entrance, and I keep all the entrance. You know what I'm saying? So there's different deals, and then
you keep drinks, I keep entrance.
yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
There's all types of deals. So sometimes, for example, where we used to do it, we used to charge the entrance, and we kept all the entrance, and then they just got the drinks, which is like, but
They make triple.
yeah, but they're getting 60 people in there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't normally have on us.
For sure.
Yeah, on a regular night. So it's like, it's beneficial for them. It's beneficial for us.
Yeah.
The main thing I would say about getting a venue to do comedy is that the venue helps you promote it. If they help you promote it, both of you are in it, because there's a lot of venues in Chicago where they're like, all right, well,
It's up to you.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, we'll allow it, but we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And then if you help us promote it, it's more business for you too. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
so
You both benefit from
So you do a bunch of shitty shows in Chicago where it's like,
Yeah. So you out there like pass flyers and stuff like that, or
we used to buy a Facebook ad and
Facebook,
target
yeah,
it
yeah.
around the area. We used to
sure.
run a show called on Glenview, Illinois, so we used to target it for that area.
Okay.
And we did go a couple of times, like a year. We used to hand out flyers to the like local hotels and shit like that, just to pass them out for people. And and then the bar used to help us out. So the bar, like on the regular days, they used to promote it with the customers. Like, hey, if you're interested in comedy, there's a show every last Saturday every month, and you come in, and we used to always get like 50 to 60 people, which will be like $10 each. We would take like $500, $600, pay each comedian like $75, and then we will keep the rest and take home. Yeah, it's a natural step.
yeah.
To producing, yeah,
For sure.
yeah. So it just depends. Yeah, you gotta find a venue that's willing to work and that wants it.
So what you trying to tell me right now, man? You trying to tell me the Chicago's needs Daily Insomnia Comedy Club?
Yes, sir.
Daily
Yes,
Insomnia,
sir.
anything,
Insomnia,
any
dude.
type of jokes go.
Yeah, dude. No matter what, dude.
You come
Make
to
us
get
laugh.
you come to get your feelings hurt. No, dude. Yeah, dude. We gotta fix that. Man.
There's no way to fix it. There's no way to fix it. There's no. I mean,
You're talking to the wrong guy, man.
it's
This guy
it's,
fixes everything.
I already got ideas, bro. Ideas flowing right now.
I don't know how you guys are, but it's a generational thing. All these young,
Oh, for sure.
24, 25, 23 years old that are coming out of college and shit like that. They're all
27,
they're all already embedded with the political correctness in their mind. So
For sure.
So it's just gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better.
We're
You
one
think
of the
so?
last generation,
Yeah.
man. Honestly, if you think about it,
No,
we're
but I
one of the
feel,
last.
I feel like that is true come Twitter world. Because I think generally people speaking, right? Like, I mean, we have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in this room.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? Like when it comes to like comedy, like I think we fall in the same same alignment. But where do you guys fall?
Oh, well, I mean, I listen to what you listen to, technically.
Yeah.
You know, I learned from you.
Yeah.
You learned from Adrian. So, like, whatever you tend to like I do, just strictly based on.
But when it comes to the comedy, in a sense, like
I prefer dark humor, but I'm saying.
But are you like easily offended?
Oh
No.
No, dude. This guy was in the military,
No.
bro.
Yeah, but this guy killed somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure of it. He hasn't said it.
He killed Osama.
Yeah,
SEAL Team 6.
yeah, he hasn't said anything, but he has a scar that I still want to know what it's about. But and then my sister-in-law, the same way, man. It's like we don't.
She didn't even answer.
She gave me the nod. She gave me the nod. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just assume for her.
I'm the man.
I'm offended right now.
No, but it's one of those things where it's like I think it's just it's like for example, Latinx. Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Dumb. Yeah, that's dumb.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
When the hell do we add the X, bro? When the hell do we
That's
add
dumb.
the X? When do we get together? It's like, you know what? Let's add an X to this.
No.
Well, it's just the theory behind it doesn't make any sense because they want to like, well, this is gender. Like we don't want to.
It doesn't work with the Spanish language.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Because the Spanish language is built for two genders.
Yeah,
It's
built
just the
for
way
two
it is.
genders, yeah.
They will have to change the whole fucking language, everything.
Good luck doing that, dude.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, it's
It's
just
not
leave it
gonna
as it is. Just leave it as it is. You know what I mean? Like, we're good, man. We're not about that life, and it's only here.
But
And
a
it's only
lot
here.
of it has to
Of
do with.
course.
But a lot of it has to do with the machismo. That's why.
No, machismo is one thing, but
But
that's not.
that's what I'm saying. The whole gender,
Yeah.
is built for two genders. You know? That's what it is, man.
I mean, are you part of the Latinx?
No, I'm definitely not part of that Latinx.
Sound a little sus over here.
I'm against it, but I'm just saying. I would assume that's
No,
why
well,
they're going.
machismo-
I'm
Okay.
against it, but not like
Machismo this,
Not
man.
like,
Machismo like this, like me going
like
up to
totally like what
Yeah.
it is. What it is.
Oh, do
bro.
what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Do what you want.
That's the way I
Your
feel.
little
Like,
group,
But
like,
it's-
do what you want.
But here's the
like
thing,
I'm not gonna use it, but if you want to use it, that's on you. No?
Me
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
Me
Like,
too. Do what the hell you want. You
But
ain't part of us, bro.
It's one of the things where like I seen articles, man,
Yeah.
when they're like, oh, we want to join the white, the black, and the Latinx communities. I'm like, whoa. When did I agree? When did I agree for you to say that I'm Latinx? First of all, fuck Hispanic. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make Hispanic. Doesn't make any sense. I prefer Latino mil veces.
Latino is best, but I don't mind Hispanic.
I don't mind either,
I
but
don't
I'm saying,
mind.
but-
I guess I don't question where Hispanic came from. But I'm
Well,
saying-
Hispanic comes from Hispaniola.
Okay.
It was a chain of violence.
Okay.
So Latino at least stems from the language where
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all speak from, right? Latin,
Latin, yeah.
and then from Latin you get Spanish, French, Italian,
Portuguese.
Oh, and
and Portuguese,
no, also
and Romania.
Arabic too.
Romanian.
Some
really?
Arabic.
Romania. Yeah. No, not Arabic. This is different. one. Yeah.
No,
we have
no,
similar.
no,
We have
no.
similar, but it doesn't derive from the Latin language.
No.
Yeah.
There is
you're
Arab influence in Spain.
Thank you.
Because there was
Yes.
Arabs in Spain. There was
yeah.
the
But
Moors.
it doesn't derive from the language. the
No,
Latin
yeah.
language.
There was for like
Did you go to
700
school?
years.
Did you go to school, dude?
Not far enough.
Okay.
not far enough.
They didn't teach me that in second grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't dive into that subject.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But
No,
yeah. But it's just like it's one of those things where I forgot what we were talking about.
No, well,
Latinx,
well,
relating to people of Latin American origin or descent, used as gender neutral or non-binary alternative to Latino or Latino.
this is why I don't like the
I
Latinx
like it.
thing. The reason I don't like it is because if it was a movement started somewhere in Latin America that came here,
Yeah.
I will be okay with it. But the problem is that it's a movement started in the United States that's trying to tell Latin America this is how you gotta identify. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
nah, dog, no, the United States.
And we got the official Mexican right here. Yo.
So Latinx. I'm reading right now. Latinx it's more of like a feminist movement then.
No, it's for people that don't identify with
But
either
it's
gender.
right here. Guys but never gals. The subtext is the same. It's a man's world. You ladies are just in it.
No,
So is it more like a feminist?
no,
movement
it's just
then?
the people that don't identify with genders.
yeah.
They don't want to be called Latino or Latina. They
they-
want to be Latinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole gender issue. It's a whole
Yeah,
gender
yeah,
issue.
Eyes roll back in my head, bro.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah. I don't have time.
Whatever, bro. Whatever. Do what you want.
We're all looking at
Yeah.
Don't cancel me.
First school,
September
actually.
10 at Zany's.
Wait, what you say?
Don't
Hold on.
cancel me.
What you say, Alejandro?
Yeah, because she coordinated most of the events. She was actually the president.
For Latinx?
But
There
did
you
you
go.
but did you believe in
Where's
it
my
or
pitchfork?
you just got stuck into it?
Where's my pitchfork and torch?
No, it's cool. Like I
Also why it was created.
like I said, if they want to do it, that's fine with me because I don't care about that kind of like everybody should be able to do it. I will, as long as I live. I think I would refer myself as Latino.
Yeah.
And Latinas, Latino, Latina, whatever. Latinx. If their kids want to use it, let them use it. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But I want to hear your point of view. Why was it? Why do you think it was made? Why? Why was it done?
Just it's a term to make it gender neutral. It's a generation thing.
yeah, I think it's a generational thing. Though.
Just instead of referring to it as a Latino community, it's a Latinx community.
And
But we never separated it. That was the thing, though, right? Because we like when you say Latino, you in generally you're speaking about anybody who comes from any Latin American country, right? Like when I say Latino, I don't think just man.
No. We're talking
Right?
about everybody.
I think of anybody who comes from Honduras, anybody who comes from Guatemala, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Brazil. You know, like all those countries, right?
Actually, Brazil is Latin.
Yeah,
right?
Brazil is considered Latin, even though they don't speak the same language.
They're not Hispanic though.
Yeah, they're not Hispanic.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
Yeah.
not
So we're talking
Hispanic,
about
but they're
Argentina
Latino.
and up, dude. Argentina and up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Okay. Argentina and
Yeah.
up. Boom.
Well, I know this dude who's black from Haiti. He says they're Latinos. That's what he says, though.
You're like, we don't.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah.
Oh, well, my buddy Shaq is Colombian. I mean, he's Latino.
Yeah.
He's kind of Latino.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Haiti, they
Yeah.
speak French, I think.
They
and
speak French.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm Latino, bro. I'm like, oh.
Well, bro.
Like, you look black to me, though. Bro.
He's like, we'll take you, man. We'll take you. Whatever, man.
The more the merrier, dude.
What team do you affiliate with? Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, man. The Latin culture, man.
Nah, it is what it is. It's a generation. So that's why I was.
Yeah.
The whole. We'll bring it back to what you were saying. The stand up, like it's not gonna end. It's not gonna get better. I mean, if you consider this, saying whatever you want better, you know, it's gonna keep moving towards that direction. I think.
You think so?
I think so.
But then that ruins comedy. It ruins comedy.
It ruins a specific type of
You're gonna
comedy.
make a joke about a bologna sandwich?
Yeah.
Because nobody's feelings gonna be hurt until
Yeah.
bologna.
Oh no, it is. It's
Yeah,
gonna hurt
yeah.
the poor
The pig.
people.
The
The poor people.
No, it's gonna hurt the vegans
Yeah,
because
vegans.
they can't eat bologna.
Poor people.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn it.
No, yeah, but it's just the way the comedy seems to be moving towards, and I don't see an end in sight. What I do see is like people becoming like the way Louis is now. He's no longer.
Well, he's in the shadows.
He's no longer on TV. He's no longer, but he has his own audience already.
Oh, dude.
So that's the way I see it. Like if you're gonna be like an offensive comedian in the future, you're not gonna be like a household name.
You're not gonna be in the
but you're
mainstream.
gonna, but yeah, you're not gonna be mainstream. But you're gonna have your own audience. You know, it's just that's just the way it's gonna be. I think. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, man.
You got from New York Skankfest. What's his name with you know what I'm talking about with Bigsby. What's his face?
I'm trying to blank right now. But yeah,
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're
He
talking
has Skankfest. You know what I'm saying? It's more dark comedy and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but it's just they have a following.
yeah, but
they have their own following. You know what I'm saying?
but that's the problem though.
That's the
because,
future of comedy. Just everybody having their own following, not necessarily need to become mainstream anymore.
because even that Skankfest, it's like he's saying, like you have your own comedy,
What's his name, dude?
Skink.
Okay, pull it up. What's his name?
But the thing
Andy
is,
Schultz
the
is
thing
on
is
there.
too that all those guys, they're not Dave Chappelle, they're not Kevin Hart,
No.
they're not Louis. You know what I'm saying? It's like when Louis came before the Me Too. You know, they're not all these comedians that are already like household names, right? Because you can go in every house and be like, you know who Kevin Hart is, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, he's that one.
Yeah,
black
because
comedian
Kevin
guy.
Hart doesn't do any type of material like that.
No.
That's what you got to do. If you want to become a mainstream name, it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna have to follow
Andrew
those
Schultz.
those rules, those guidelines. You know
Jim
what?
Norton.
How do you feel about that? Do you see in the future? Do you feel yourself like succumbing to?
I feel like I'm talented enough that
Louis J. Gomez. There we go. He's the one. He's the head of it. He's the head of it, dude.
I would pass that.
Oh, I'm
Yeah. Go ahead. Man.
I feel I'm talented enough that if I don't have to do that type of comedy, I can always come up with jokes about different things. That's just the way I feel. So
About dark humor, you mean?
yeah, it's like if I can't do this, if they like this subject is taboo, like somebody says something like computers are taboo, you can't come up with jokes about computers no more because it's offensive. I don't have to come up with jokes about computers. I'll come up with jokes about something else. You know, microphones, whatever. You know what I'm saying? like I think if you're really funny and if you're really talented, you'll be able to find a way around it.
For sure.
Yeah, okay. That's my opinion. Like that's just the way I feel. So I'm not saying that I'm completely in agreement with political correctness, but I get it and I understand that that's the world we live in, and I understand that I either adapt to it or I don't go anywhere anymore. Yeah, so you just have to adapt to what it is, and that's just the way the business is now.
Unfortunately,
I'm a very, I think, pragmatic person in everything I do, and that's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I'm optimistic, man. I feel like we're just going down a wave. You know what I mean? Like eventually, like this is waves.
You think
pass.
it turn around? Hopefully,
turn around,
if you're right,
Yeah.
hopefully it turns around.
Yeah.
If it, but
Because you know this guy needs a comedy career, man.
I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I'm just gonna open up a comedy show. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna take a shortcut, make money, open a mom club.
There you
Boom. I don't have to do none of the BS.
And then you can say,
I go do I go do the headline every day, bro.
but can you put the club? Can you put the club in my name so when you get hit with me too, you
Yeah,
don't
I
lose
got
it?
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
We get.
The Ramon Club.
Yeah. It's actually under my name. He's a face.
We
but-
still 50-50, right?
Well, let's end it here, man. Let's end it here. I think this is a good spot.
Yeah.
To end it.
Good spot, man.
Oscar,
Hey,
thank
dude.
you, man.
No,
Thank
yeah,
you
thanks
for
for
coming
having
on.
me on,
Pleasure,
man.
man. Pleasure having you, dude.
Good talk. Hopefully, I don't get canceled.
No, hey.
Yeah.
We're gonna invite you back, bro. Don't worry.
That's why we have him here, man. Because anything we say is clean.
If I get canceled, I'm gonna start my own podcast.
Good one to go, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
appreciate
All right,
it, man. And what have you?
Where can we
whatever-
find you, man? Where can we find you?
Oh,
Wait,
man,
wait,
so-
wait, you got something else?
Yeah, well, I was. Let me finish thinking.
Okay, my
Let me
bad.
finish
Take
thinking.
them.
Promote myself? No.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
No, I was saying, man. Whenever you want to come back on, man.
Yeah.
More than
Open
appreciate it.
hand.
And then we'll
Open
definitely have you on back.
Yeah. All right.
back
Yeah.
when you want.
This year, bro. You come back.
Yeah.
Come back in winter season when you got to drive through 6
Yeah.
inches of snow to get here. It was a
Yeah.
2-hour drive. Right?
I hope you have 4x4.
Leave
But,
my lights on again. Really.
Go ahead, man.
Where can we find you, man? Where can we find you?
So my Instagram, Oscar Got Jokes. That's the one I mainly use. I only use that to promote shows
Okay.
and shit like that. And I have a Oscar Carvajal comedy page on Facebook.
Okay.
You want to follow that there. Other than that, man, I'm trying to kickstart a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I have 2 videos right now. Oscar Carvajal comedy. Carvajal is CARV as in Victor AJAL. And I want to upload different stuff in there, like different sketches and shit
For
like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Right now, I just have 2 stand-up videos there, and other than that, I have an album out on all the platforms,
On iTunes and all that?
iTunes. Yes,
What is the
it's
name?
called Mexican Born, Chicago Raised.
Mexican
born,
born,
Chicago
Chicago
raised.
Yeah,
raised.
and it was
Check it
basically
out, guys. Check it out.
yeah, it's on Spotify. It did pretty good on iTunes, bro. I the first month
Yeah.
it was number 5 and comedy albums, not
I'm still.
not general
Hey,
comedy
still,
albums.
still, hey,
say
congrats.
number 5.
Yeah.
Say number 5. You know what I mean?
Huh? Yeah,
Like,
it was
number
number 5
5
in some category. Comedy albums and yeah.
It's like I'll let you pick what category, but it's number 5.
Yeah, number 5, and then and Spotify. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to pay for it, Spotify is free. Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll link everything
Yeah,
in
yeah.
our YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
for
Other than
sure.
that, Sanity's September 10th and September 12th. I have another show.
What
Which
time? What time? What time? Lady?
I have no idea. I think 8 o'clock.
8
Most
o'clock?
likely
Okay.
8 o'clock,
We'll be
7
there.
o'clock,
We'll
8
be there.
o'clock. Most likely. I don't really.
Bring the whole squad.
I
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
remember. I should have remembered better. I should. Yeah, Sanity's September 10th, and I'm doing another show September 12th in the suburbs. And then I think the last week of September, I'm doing another charity show
Okay.
for I don't even know what organization, but
You're like on the
They just booked me. I just said yes.
they just put me and say yes. Those are the only 3 shows which is weird because I used to do 2-3 shows a week, and now I only have 3 shows
Yeah.
coming up in the next month. So it
Yeah.
is what it is. We're coming up, yeah, and that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
And awesome. And we'll link everything on our description. And like always, you can find us on dailyinsomnia.com for our webpage. You can find us on all the podcast stations, Daily, Spotify, iTunes, App, Podbean.
Google
Spreaker.
Podcasts. We're everywhere, man.
Yeah.
We're everywhere.
Obviously, check
wide.
out our YouTube page on Daily Insomnia YouTube. And from there, I mean, that's pretty much it, right?
Good.
You want to say
Good.
anything? I know
Hey,
I took your line. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Follow me on
Yeah.
Instagram, Daily Insomnia. Let's follow me on Instagram, King Diaz Life. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And like always, guys, thank you for listening. This is Daily Insomnia signing off.
Peace out, y'all.
Hey guys, Ramon from Daily Insomnia. Thank you for watching our video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button right here. Watch our mixology videos up here. And if you want to see our latest episode, it's right here. Like always, guys, this is Daily Insomnia. Sign